This is Benny, a familiar face in the LEGO world, and today we'll be diving into 5 fun LEGO photo ideas that you can try right at home. No fancy gear needed, just some imagination, a few props, a camera, and of course, Benny. Let's get started. First up, we're going to create an iconic moon landing. For this shot, I'm spreading out some grey sand, which you can pick up online or at craft stores, and this will be the moon's surface. Next, we're going to add a few grey rocks as moon boulders, because although I've never been to the moon, I'm pretty sure it's not flat. For the background, I'm just going to pull up a starry sky image on my iPad and it will give us that instant space effect. We'll then place down the rocket ship that Benny arrived in, before adding Benny front and centre, holding a flag, and there, we've got our first picture, a perfect moon landing. I love how this has come out. It's a really simple shot, but really effective in making Benny look like he's on an epic space mission. Next up, we're going to explore Benny's adventure with a space rover. I've added in some LEGO mountain pieces for the background. We'll then be adding a variety of rocks to create a rugged surface. I did order these rocks online, but I soon realised that I should have just gone into the garden and picked some up for free. So with the setting complete, we're now going to introduce a few more characters to join Benny on the moon, some classic spacemen. They're helping fix up his rover before he can take it out for a spin. Now that the rover's fixed, Benny's going to be taking it out for a drive. I've also included the cute LEGO robot to go with him. He's going to be attached to some craft wire that we will then erase using Photoshop to get our final image. Lastly, I wanted to create a scene of all the spacemen celebrating the achievement of fixing the rover. A few of them are going to be attached to some craft wire, giving us that zero gravity effect. Overall, I really enjoyed hanging out with Benny on the moon, but it's now time to jump in our rocket ship and head to our next location. Now I want to switch things up for this next scene, so we're going to head into the depths of a LEGO jungle. For the floor of the jungle, I'm going to use some dirt that I've got from the garden. If you are getting some yourself, just make sure there's not any unwanted visitors. On my iPad, I'm going to bring up an image of a jungle for the background, then I'm going to place some rocks in front of it to create a few levels for the scene. I also find when adding pieces like these rocks in the backgrounds, it also brings a bit more depth, and that's exactly what we want for this. Our next step when creating this scene is that we're going to be making use of a lot of different LEGO grass pieces and bushes to create a nice dense foliage. I've done this because when you look at jungles, they always have a variety of plants there. I also wanted to add in a few log pieces, almost as if they've fallen down from the tree, and I think this completes the jungle floor perfectly. The last part of this scene is to add Benny. I placed him on a small little base plate so that he could stand up properly. I've given him a sword and positioned him as if he's been cutting through the thick jungle growth. I love how this scene's come out. We've got Benny, the brave jungle explorer, and it also seems like he's settling in quite nicely, making a new friend. We've explored space, we've explored the jungle. I think it's now time to explore some harsh lands, so we're heading to the desert. To create this, we'll first use sand for the ground, and then I'm going to place down my iPad with a desert background. I love using my iPad for LEGO photography because of the variety. You can just get any image you want from the internet and pull it up and it's all sorted for you. We've then added Benny carrying a treasure map looking for some gold, surrounding him with a couple plants because you do occasionally have a few sprouting out the ground. Then again, I've added a few more of these small rocks, which I did order online. And as before, just go to your garden, it'll save you some cash. I wanted to add a few more plants in before we have our first shot of this scene. And we weren't wrong about the desert being quite dangerous because Benny has just bumped into a scorpion and thrown his map in the air. Thankfully, he did get it back and he's been rewarded with a nice pile of gold. Finally, let's wrap up with a fun one, Benny's space party, to celebrate his adventures. I did struggle on where I wanted this scene to be set, and then I thought to myself, let me keep it nice and simple to show you all that you don't actually need an elaborate setup to create some fun LEGO photos. As you can see, everything has been shot just on my desk and using my wall as the background. I also have some fairy lights there to add a nice little bokeh effect. To capture the party vibe, I've scattered around a number of accessories, a range of presents that Benny's received from all of his friends. So there we go, a cosmic celebration that Benny absolutely loves. This setup is perfect for a fun, light-hearted photo that shows Benny at his best. And that's it for our fun Lego Benny photo ideas. I hope these give you some inspiration to try your own Lego photography at home. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and if you're new around here, please feel free to subscribe. As always, I'll see you in the next one.